The views expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of WPSL. However, we are the ones who've inspired you and, of course, always insisted that you like and share them on social media and with all your friends and neighbors, because if you want to find out what's happening on the Treasure Coast, you've got to listen to the Sue Ellen Sanders Show. And here she is right now, the one and only Sue Ellen Sanders.
I love your intro. It just makes me feel so powerful. Thank you.
Well, that's what happens when you have a long-winded announcer.
I'm excited.
And I am excited, too, to hear about what's going on in September and beyond for the Treasure Coast Food Bank. And here with us in the studio is none other than Gary Porter, who is the Director of Community Relations for Treasure Coast Food Bank. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Super glad to be here.
And the timing couldn't really be any better, because even though we're recording this officially on the last day of August, it will run the first weekend in September, which is Go Orange Hunger Action Month. Is all of the month of September.
Absolutely. Hunger Action Month actually starts tomorrow, and we have a lot of exciting events coming up. For those who don't know, Hunger Action Month is a time where food banks across the country take time to engage their communities and to bring awareness to the issue of hunger. And at Treasure Coast Food Bank, our team does a wonderful job of really getting the community involved. And as we go through the show today, we're going to talk about a lot of those exciting events that are coming up. So super excited about it.
And one thing I really like about what you do in September is there's all different kinds of events. It's not just like one type of event, like an outdoor event. It's indoors, outdoors, comedy, running, food drives, everything in between. So there's all different ways that you can get involved, including Going Orange. And so this is a national thing, this Go Orange for September?
Absolutely. Feeding America started this initiative several years back, and it's just a great way for food banks to bring awareness and to get the communities involved. So orange is the official color of hunger.
Why?
Great
do
question.
we know why?
I really don't know why there's an official color for anything.
Okay, but it is.
But orange is
okay.
our official color.
All right.
And so we're encouraging our community to get involved. So we have a lot of local businesses within the 4 counties that we serve that will be lighting up their businesses with orange light bulbs. They're lighting outdoor. A lot of the interior of the building will be lit up orange.
Do you give them any orange lights, or are they finding their own?
We provide orange light bulbs, and we also have orange gels. So the orange gels go over existing lights. So we do provide that for anyone that would be interested. They can still contact us. Again, it goes on for the entire month of September. So we'd be glad to provide those if someone would still be interested in lighting up their business or even their home.
Oh, so you're looking at businesses or homes. So somebody could actually just light up the outside of their home.
Absolutely, yeah. We provide the orange light bulbs that simply just screw right into your exterior lighting. And they say they're actually great bug repellents, too. So a lot of folks have actually left them up year-round.
Well, and I'm all for it. I would like one of these because let me just tell you, my house is blue.
Oh, there you go. It's perfect time, too.
Yes, and so it's a really good time to have an orange light out front as we start Gator season.
Yes, absolutely.
Go Gators.
Go Gators.
So go Gators and go Orange. And from the very beginning of September through the end, and then all year round, you have different activities that are going. You mentioned already that you serve for a 4-county area.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, your headquarters is actually in Fort Pierce, is it not?
It is. We're
right
actually
down the
right
road.
down the street on Angle Road is our main distribution facility. We have multiple locations throughout the Treasure Coast. Our main facilities are here in Fort Pierce, but we do have some locations in Stewart as well, our Whole Child Connection. And but most of our work is done out of our Fort Pierce locations.
And you also, you know, as you said, you have like mobile pantries where you travel and you provide food for people who are in need. What's the expression? Hunger
They're
aware?
food
No.
deserts.
Food deserts.
Yeah. So our mobile pantry program does go into the 4 counties. So the 4 counties we serve, for those that may not know, are Indian River, St. Lucie, Martin, and Okeechobee counties. And we go out into the counties at a minimum twice a month, and we do a mobile distribution. It's actually drive-through style. We started the drive-through mobiles back when COVID began, and it was more or less done for safety of our volunteers,
Right.
so that there was no immediate contact with the folks coming through.
But you figured out it works.
We found it to be very efficient.
Yeah.
So even beyond COVID, we've
Yeah.
continued that model. We're able to count out the number of cars we want to serve, and it assures that everyone that is in line gets food. And so again, it's been a great model for us. We also have an order ahead program where folks can actually go on our website and actually place an order for items that we have available. And then they can drive through at our main warehouse on Engle Road each morning and pick up those items.
Do they have to qualify to?
There are no qualifications for that. There's no cost. There's no qualifications. It's a simple, you go online, you fill out a small little application. It provides you with a menu of items we have available at the time. They pick out what they would like. They drive through the next day and pick those items up.
Because you figure if somebody's asking for food, they need it for
Absolutely.
whatever reason, whether it's because your electric bill was very high that month, or you had car repairs, or you got laid off, or you just are having trouble making ends meet and looking for supplement.
Absolutely. And a lot of the times the folks coming through our lines, and we have to really push this hard, especially sometimes when we're at our mobiles, because sometimes it's intimidating. You see folks come through in the nicer cars, and folks question, well, why they don't need food. They're driving a nice car, but they don't understand the circumstances and what's going on in that family's life. And a lot of times, maybe at the time they could afford that vehicle because they had multiple incomes. Maybe one of the incomes went away, and so it's really not up to us to determine the needs of the folks in the community. We trust that if they ask for it, they need it.
And I love that philosophy with the food bank. As a matter of fact, the project that I'm working on with Our Sister's Closet, with the donation closet, we're going to have exactly the same policy, because you got to figure if people are asking for something, they need it
Absolutely.
for one reason or another. And it's nice to know that when there's a need for food that you can fill it. But people may not be aware that the Treasure Coast Food Bank really does more than just supply food to the hungry.
Absolutely. Our model of the work that we do is built on sustainability for families that are in need. So it's creating models and processes for them to be able to not only receive food now, but create ways that they can overcome that in the future. We have programs that provide different assistance programs like SNAP benefits, which is the new word for food stamps, through our Your Plate location, our Whole Child locations. We do kid care programs, teen pantries. We have diaper bank, folks that can come in and get diapers.
And Kid Care's insurance.
Kid care is it's health care enrollment for families and children.
Right.
And then we also have a pet pantry, so people have pets, and we really encourage them, because throughout COVID, a lot of folks were having to give their pets away or taking them shelters because they couldn't afford to feed them, and so we have a lot of partners that were able to receive pet food items from us that were able to provide them to families so they could keep their pets. And pets are very important to the food bank. If you ask anybody at the food bank, we should have a pet adoption agency, because it seems like we've adopted a lot of animals from our area. So we all seem to take them home, but we love pets. So.
But you also appreciate that, the same thing like with the cars. Who are you to determine who can afford to have the loving comfort and the ability to have a pet, and who not to? I mean, people's lives change on a dime.
Absolutely. And I've always said I am a pet owner. I have a dog and I have 3 cats now. Long story, but I would do anything in the world to keep them. If I had the option, I would probably feed them, and a lot of people do, before I fed myself. Because you build that bond with those animals. But I understand circumstances happen where folks just couldn't. But our goal with the pet pantry is to make sure that we can do our part to make folks have food, so they can take care of their pets.
When you talk about food sustainability, what are you talking about there?
Helping folks find ways to overcome the struggle of finding food. So again, with some of the programs that we are creating, so we have a lot of really new creative programs that are going to be starting. We have a barista training program that's getting ready to start. We have a hospitality training program. We have a CDL basic license. CDL is a certified driving license that folks can go and drive bigger trucks to help folks get jobs and employment in our community. So by creating a lot of those programs that we're creating, it's going to create sustainability where folks can learn those trades and then go out into the community and get jobs. And so by doing that, it's providing them with an income and hopefully ways to overcome the issue of hunger in their families.
And there's no one that appreciates what they've been through more than someone who's been through receiving help from a food bank or any type of other type of nonprofit organization that offers assistance. And those are people that very frequently, once they have a job, and even if they're not making much money, they share what they have with others.
Absolutely, and we've had that scenario happen where we've had people that have come to us for food and have received our benefits, and they may not be able to financially give back, but they'll take time to come volunteer. And to me, to our organization, volunteers they play a tremendous role. Last year alone, our volunteers gave enough hours that would create 25 full-time staff positions within our business. So, so having someone that can come back to us and say, "Hey, you helped me. I can't give you financially, but I want to give my time," and that's just as important to us because volunteers play a huge role.
And then in turn, they're raising a family who sees the importance of volunteering and giving back to others.
Absolutely.
So they see. So in order to do all this, you have to have funds and you have to have volunteers. And let's talk about some of the special events. We already talked about Light Up Orange. In fact, that's the whole month, and that you can get either a cover for your light, or orange lights, or you can provide your own if, like me, you happen to have a lot of orange and blue lights for your Gator Christmas tree. So you can light up the whole month of September, but there's also other special events that you have coming up in September that people can play a role in or come to the event or be a sponsor for.
Yes, absolutely. All of our events kick off officially on September 10th, and September 10th is going to be a really busy day for us. Every March, we do an event with St. Lucie County called the St. Lucie County Empty Bowls Project. It's where high school students make ceramic bowls, and then they donate those back to our organization, and then we set up a booth at the downtown Fort Pierce Farmers Market on a Saturday morning. Our event this year got rained out, and so we dated it back to May. We lost a lot of our crowd. So we had a lot of bowls left over, so we've scheduled that now for the morning of September 10th from 8 to 12 at the Fort Pierce Farmers Market.
You should see my collection of bowls.
Yeah, there's some nice ones.
Yeah.
So
when I worked at LPA, they were one of the schools that participated, and I would always try to purchase one of my students' bowls that had created the bowl through their art class. And some of my most favorite bowls, they're not a matching set, but in itself, but they're unique, and I use them for collecting like paper clips or coins. I really like the bowls that the kids make that have like a little animal on it, like a little handle.
those are always really popular.
Yeah, so I've got a few of those.
Awesome.
And they're special, and that's very reasonably priced if you are going out to the farmers market anyhow and you're planning on spending some money, spend a little bit of money at the Treasure Coast Food Bank booth. And some of the kids that made the bowls usually help and volunteer as well, right?
Yeah, they do. A lot of the students that make the bowls come out and help us sell them. So for $20, you get to pick out your own bowl. You'll receive a nice little custom tote bag that goes with it. And then we'll have soup that'll be provided by the Treasure Coast Food Bank catering department as well. So you get all that for $20. So for every bowl you buy, you're basically providing 160 meals for the community, because every dollar we collect can provide 8 meals. So the return on your investment on that is tremendous. And you get to walk away with a really nice keepsake of a custom-made bowl made by a student locally.
And I have to tell you, for some reason, the food bank, the bowls that I have collected for years seem to be the ones my husband drops the most frequently. I don't know why that is.
You have to get Marty his own bowl this year.
I know. I'm going to have to hide my favorites from him. But, the colors are beautiful. The designs are beautiful. The talent is incredible. And the cause is super. And I remember over the years, before you had a catering department, you used to have to get soup from other places, and now you do your own soup.
We do. We had some support from some of the local businesses when we did our event in May. Cobb's Landing was generous enough to provide us with soup, as well as Krabby's. And then we'd had our catering department provided soup then too. But a lot of those businesses have a lot going on right now, and we didn't want to go back to them at this point and say, hey, can you give us more soup?
No
Donna,
soup for you.
Yeah, Donna at
Sorry.
Cobb's is already, donating some space for us for our Outrun Hunger, which we'll talk about here shortly. But so they're all great partners. But we also want to be very selective of how often we ask them for things, because from your experiences,
you can't visit the well
you
too
can't
frequently.
Go asking all the time. You'll get told no. So.
Oh, sometimes I do.
And I don't like no, so I take my chances.
Yeah. Do we know what kind of soup it's going to be, or is it going to be a variety?
I believe it's going to be a vegetable minestrone.
And will it be in the bowl, or are you going to get it separate where you can take it home?
So we'll actually have bowls with to-go bowls.
Okay,
so you'll actually be able to put it in a bowl with a lid.
Yeah.
We found that to be efficient, especially again while we're technically not still in COVID mode, we're still taking COVID precautions, and a lot of folks just don't want to have
somebody else spoon out their
absolutely.
soup that
So we for the event we did earlier in the year, we did them all to go.
That's great.
We do provide the spoons and the bowls,
so they're all ready and ready to go. And I will tell you, if you're planning on going out there on that September 10th, Saturday morning, you should, if you want the best selection of bowls, you should get there early.
Absolutely. Be there at 7:45 when we open at 8 o'clock, because we had a line last time waiting. And
I hesitated saying that on the radio because I was thinking that's going to take away from my selection if I tell people that secret.
You can come at 7:30. We'll let you come a little early. So.
But that's awesome, and that's at the beginning of the day on Saturday. But at the end of the day on Saturday, you also have your terrific Laugh Hunger, and this year I actually know one of the comedians. I'm so excited about Devin Seabolt coming.
Okay. Awesome.
Because he's the teacher comedian.
He is, yeah. Devin. This will actually be Devin's second time with us for this particular event. This is our 5th annual Laugh Hunger, and we're super excited to have it at the Indian River State College Bailey Auditorium this year.
That's awesome.
Ticket sales have been really, really good, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll start off with Jake Clark, who is also a really great comedian. All these guys are in Florida, so we call them local comedians.
I didn't know they were all in Florida.
They are, yeah. So Devin actually, I believe, is in Orlando now, as well as Miguel. And I'm not sure exactly where Jake is, but he's part of that little group that hangs out. But
so Miguel Colon Jr. is the third of the. Now I know Devin kind of specializes in teacher humor. What about the others?
Jake actually, from the YouTube videos I've seen, is pretty much all over the board. And Miguel is pretty much the same. They're all three hilarious. And this will be a PG, family-friendly
I was just going to
program.
ask that, yeah.
They all three have different ways of going about their comedy, but
Yeah.
we've made it
They have different versions of their comedy.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So we made sure that they knew, and they were very, very willing to make it a family-friendly show.
I love your flyer, Cliff. If you want to hold the flyer up or something like that and show them, the flyer. These guys look like they're your best friends. They're so friendly, and they're the buddies that you grew up in, and that's the type of humor it is. And plus, it is actually PG, so you can bring your kids too. How much are tickets?
So tickets for the show are $40, and that includes 2 drink tickets, as well as we're having appetizer trays at each table. If you want to buy a table of 7 chairs, you get a little bit of a discount. It's $250 per table. And again, our ticket response, our sales have been really, really good. People are excited to get out. And
So I need to buy my tickets now.
you do, or you
Yeah.
can buy your table of 7 if you'd like, and take your friends.
I don't have that many friends. No.
But
My husband actually is, I know he's got something else going on that night, but I definitely want to come. So I'm going to have to get a group and see what I could do. Is there a chance you're going to sell out?
we have the ability for this particular venue to have 175 folks.
Uh-huh.
And our goal would be to sell out.
But you'll let me know before
I
you're
would
going to
definitely let you know. But our goal is obviously to sell every ticket.
Okay.
We're really excited. WellMed just came on board too as our presenting sponsor for this event.
Who is that?
WellMed.
Okay.
And just want to special thanks to Bonner Mobile Bar Service as well. They're going to come in and manage our bar for us.
Awesome.
So we'll have each person over the age of 21 will receive 2 adult beverage drink tickets, good for Selfish Brewing Company beer, or we'll have wine as well. So
yes, which is awesome
we
beer.
love Selfish Brewing
Yes,
Company,
yeah.
so and they're donating as well, and we really appreciate their support.
So, are there any other particular sponsors or donors for Outlaugh Hunger that we should promote?
Just WellMed again. They just came on as a presenting sponsor, so we're really excited to have them. Selfish Brewing Company, obviously, for donating their beer for us for the show, and again, Bonner Mobile Bar for stepping in and coming in to help us with that. So,
Do you need volunteers for any of these events?
we do have volunteer opportunities available for some of these. I believe the Outlaw Hunger, we've got that covered. But as we get into our Outrun Hunger 5K, which is the following Saturday on the 17th, we do have volunteer opportunities available for that still. We need volunteers for that to help pass out water, guide the runners along the route. And so we always need volunteers to support all of our events. I believe Outlaw Hunger's covered, but the run, we still need help.
So that gives us an easy segue into the next event, which is the following weekend, which is Outrun Hunger. And it's a 5K and begins and ends at Causeway Cove Marina. So you get that nice ocean breeze as you're running.
Yes.
A 7 o'clock start, which is good because it's really hot.
It is, and last year we were in and out, so we got started setting everything up around 5:30. Southern Timing came in and really put on a great race for us last year. They're managing it again this year. We've got a lot of great partners that have come in as well to sponsor the event.
And it is USATF certified.
Yes.
Which means that if you wanted to use it as a qualifying for something else, you can.
Absolutely, and every runner that participates gets a chip timing on the bib. They get a race bib that has the chip timing included. Every runner gets a event T-shirt. Our race medals were top of the line last year. They're going to be just as nice this year. So
Yeah, they were
everyone
beautiful.
that comes gets that, and then we're also presenting top 3 finishers in male and female category for
Is it
all
5-year?
14.
Is it 5-year or 10-year age groups?
Um,
I have to decide whether I'm running or
we
walking.
did the 5-year. We did the 5
Yay!
Yes.
Yeah, because once you get up in age, a 65-year. Oh, I'm 66 now. I'm in the next
You're in the
age
next one.
group.
Yes.
A 66-year-old is got hopefully a lot more energy than a 69-year-old or
plus, yeah,
70.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's nice
Yeah,
to
they
have.
are.
Yeah.
They're presenting nice awards again for top 3 male, female for all 14 categories that we have.
Wow,
each
that's
category.
awesome.
Yeah.
And of course, you have sponsor opportunities still available for that too.
We do. We have actually we have a lot of great folks that are supporting that already, but we don't have a presenting sponsor for the run yet. So there is a wonderful opportunity there if anyone's interested in sponsoring it at any level. We also have a $150 booth space. So if you just wanted to come out and have your business recognized, you can just simply buy that vendor spot and come out and set up a tent and tell folks about your businesses and pass out information as well.
And that's easy enough to do for your business, especially if you have some kind of event or some kind of business that is big for the fall. This is an easy way to kick it off. And that's, again, September 17th with a race start at 7 a.m. at Causeway Cove Marina in Fort Pierce. And that's right across the bridge on South Beach Bridge.
Correct, yes.
So people, you have to, is there race day registration too? Or are you doing, yeah?
There is race day registration. If you register at our website at stophunger.org, you can go ahead and register online for that. We are having a pre-race registration packet pickup event at Cobb's Landing on the night of the 16th from 4 to 7 p.m. So if you pre-register, you can actually pick up your race packet at Cobb's, and Donna's been very generous to provide us with some appetizers. There'll be a cash bar as well.
Oh, that's
But
great.
you also will have the opportunity to come out the morning of and register. Again, our registration with this, especially being our second year, has been really, really well received, and we're excited to get that going. Another piece about the race, too, with it being at Causeway Cove, is the race route does not cross the bridge. So for anyone that might have a little bit of worry of running across the bridge,
Or somebody who has run the Kiwanis Bridge Buster and knows how much energy it takes to run up and down a bridge, you don't have to run
absolutely,
up and down
it's
the
all
bridge.
flat
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
It's a run and walk, and should be a lot of fun.
That's a real important distinction there.
I think if
Also,
I had to decide, if I had to run the bridge, I probably would not do it.
I always, if I'm running the bridge, I always make sure there's someone between me and the water because I get nervous about how low that guardrail is.
Yes.
And I'm short, so I can't imagine how tall people feel about it. But you won't have to worry about the bridge with the Outrun Hunger 5K. You also have a children's registration that's discounted. So the adult registration is $35, but the kids are only $20. What age is that?
That is 18 and under.
Okay.
So anyone
So
under
big
the
kids
age of 18,
too. Yeah.
they get the registration, the children's registration rate. And again, every runner gets a really nice shirt, the finisher medal. There'll also be a lot of, we're going to have some door prizes, raffle prizes there that have been donated. And then again, a lot of the vendors are going to be there giving away a lot of great prizes, and should be a lot of fun.
So that sounds great. So far we've talked about the Outlaugh Hunger, which is on September 10th in the evening at IRSC's Bailey Auditorium, and the morning event, the Empty Bowls Project, that is that morning at the Farmers Market on September 10th. And then September 17th, the following week, is the Outrun Hunger 5K. What else is going on in September?
So in addition to all this that we
I
already
mean,
have,
like,
no.
I say that,
Can
like
there really
events,
be more? But yes, there really
three
is.
events in 1 week, that's pretty hefty.
It is. And, again, as I mentioned earlier, we have a wonderful relationship with our community. Selfish Brewing Company has been a great partner in supporting our cause of fighting hunger here in the Treasure Coast. On September 21st, they're holding their annual Fall Flavors event at the Selfish location in Fort Pierce. And that'll be on September 21st from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And what that is a pairing. So local restaurants are going to be paired up with local breweries such as Selfish, Almirada, Hop Life, as well as Summer Crush Winery, Pierce Cider. So going to be a lot of great people there that are partnered up, and they're going to be having a tasting. So there'll be a local restaurant will be paired up with a local brewery. And for $45, you go in and you get to sample all of those tastings for 3 hours, and then you'll vote on your favorite at the end of the evening, and then that those two businesses will be awarded a really nice trophy for being the best pairing.
And as someone who's attended Sailfish pairings before, I would highly recommend a Uber home.
Yes.
Because even though your drink and your food is on, like, it's small plates, like, of food and small cups of drinks, there are a lot of them.
It is, and it's unlimited, so you can visit
Keep
the
going.
same station basically for the full 3 hours until they run out. So yes, highly recommend a designated driver or Uber driver for sure.
Yeah.
And there's only 200 tickets available for this event, so if you are truly interested, it's a wonderful event. Last year we were the recipients as well. And
where's the QR code for that one?
No, we raised a lot of money for fighting hunger.
That's
last year, and
awesome.
we're ready to do it again this year. And
That's awesome.
Again, special thanks to Sailfish for allowing us to partner with them on this.
And all the partner restaurants and other breweries that are playing a role in this. This last year when I went, that was like the 2 years ago was one of my first times coming through COVID, and we were all a little nervous about it, and so things were spread out a little bit more. But this last year, the food was so awesome, so excellent. You think that if you're going to an event like this and you're going to different stations, that, you know, maybe they're going to give you like less of the food, but I mean, there's excellent food. It's like a tapa station, and all for $45.
Yeah, it's a lot of food. Definitely come there hungry, because if you eat before you come, you're going to be miserable watching everyone else have a good time.
Yeah.
It's a lot of great food, and
I think last year they did something where you could reserve some tables too, or
I believe they did.
I don't know if they're doing it again.
Definitely find out. Let you know,
that's okay. I'm buying tickets.
Yeah,
in now.
definitely go to the Sailfish website.
That's September 21st.
Yes.
And you know that for you, you know, as Gary, Director of Community Relations, that one is kind of a no-brainer for you because you don't really have to do anything. The Sailfish coordinates everything for you.
Absolutely.
You just have to show up and.
Yeah, Jared and the team at Sailfish have done
Yeah.
a wonderful job. We are going to help them, you know, obviously anything that we can help them with on our end, it makes the bottom line bigger for us. But yeah, all the legwork that they're doing to make this happen just shows their commitment to fighting hunger. This is probably our 5th or 6th year working with them at some capacity. We've done Cans for a Cause with downtown businesses that Sailfish headed up for us, but overall they just do a wonderful job.
I think one of the first years you did a project, it may have been Cans for a Cause, when people had to build art with the cans.
Absolutely, yeah. And we had a lot of the local businesses that participated. I believe Notions on Potions, Beryl and her team won a couple times.
There's a certain art level of expertise that's needed to make art with cans.
It really is. The finding the base for structure that you want to build requires some thinking and a little bit of craftsmanship to be able to make it truly come to life. People think you can just stack a bunch of cans up, and it's really just not that easy.
And they using the colors on the labels on the cans and everything like that. Anyhow, that's not happening, so I don't know why we're talking about.
I know. Well, you know, we would really, a lot of the
we should do it again.
Wanted to do it. Unfortunately, again, with COVID, you know, it put a damper on some of the downtown businesses, and their ability just to keep the doors open was a challenge. So for us to go to them and ask them to go out and buy cans to participate in that just didn't seem right.
Yeah.
And so
again, we'll save it down the road.
Came up with this wonderful idea of fall flavors, where you know, it's still a great community event. So
yeah, it is really wonderful. And that's September 21st. What weeknight is that?
That's a Wednesday night.
It's a Wednesday night.
So it's kind of your hump day event for the week.
So so it'll be after I record my radio show. So
there you go.
That'll be, just move right into that.
Just Uber right on over.
Yeah, I think so. And that's just in the month of September. So if you have been listening to this show and hearing the things that Gary is describing for Hunger Action Month of September for the Treasure Coast Food Bank, and you want to find out more information, or you want to find out how you can buy tickets, you can go to the Treasure Coast Food Bank's website.
Absolutely. Find anything and everything Hunger Action Month at our website. It's stophunger.org. And again, everything that we have, just go to our events page. We also have a calendar there. It's called 30 Ways in 30 Days. So it's a promotional calendar. We have an adult version and a child's version. And it just gives you some simple ideas of ways you can help throughout the month, whether it's skip your Starbucks or your Dunkin' coffee for the morning and donate that money to the food bank, or take your lunch to work day, and save that money you would normally spend to buy your lunch and donate that money to the food bank. So there's 30 different things on the calendar that you can do to help the Treasure Coast Food Bank throughout the month of September.
In addition to the events,
it's just a fun way. And again, with the kids calendars, it's a fun way to get your children involved. And at Christmas time, I always had this calendar where you count down every day till it's Christmas Day, and this is kind of designed the same way, where you can tick off the first day you have this, and the second day you can do this, and you literally could do 30 days of finding ways to help the food bank.
And I can't say enough about training your kids early to understand the value of giving back to the community, and to have a calendar like that they have their own calendar. So the kind of puts the charge on them. They can do something that's their very own thing, that's separate from what mom and dad are doing or grandma's doing.
Yeah, it gives them ownership in the program, and gives them opportunities to really, to do their own thing.
And you can find that also on the website.
That is all on our website at stophunger.org. There's a lot on our website, but it's totally worth a visit, I promise.
Let's talk about some of the other programs that happen year-round. For one thing, you talked about the culinary program, and that's fairly new. I know the last time you were here, we talked about that, and it was kind of just beginning. Yes,
our culinary art program, I believe, is going to be, I don't know exactly what year we're into, but I believe it's the second or third year.
Oh, then it wasn't last time, but we talked about it.
I don't think so. It's probably in the works.
Okay.
Our production kitchen, if you've never had a chance to see our production kitchen over on 25th Street, it's absolutely amazing. It was actually our warehouse when I first started working here 8 years ago. And to see it now, it's a full kitchen. We have a full-time chef. We have a lot of staff on hand, a lot of volunteers that come there to volunteer on a daily basis.
Where on 25th Street is it?
It's right there by the airport. It's actually on 3rd.
Okay, so in the north area of town. Yeah.
But it's a wonderful facility. We have a 200-gallon kettle, a 100-gallon kettle. We have a tumble chilling mechanism where we can package hot items. It goes through this tumbling process to bring it to temperature so that we can freeze it. But we do all of our summer meals out of that facility. All of our after-school meals are going on right now. Just a lot of great things happening there. So that's a great location. And so the culinary arts training program takes place at that facility. And we're really, really excited to get that going. It's a great opportunity for someone to come in to learn a trade that they can take back out into the community. And it's one of the sustainability pieces we talked about earlier in the show.
How do people sign up to be a part of the program?
They actually can go to our website, again, at stophunger.org. And there's a simple application process. And I believe there's even opportunities to apply for grant funding for that as well. If someone maybe doesn't have the ability to pay for that, there are opportunities, I believe, that they can apply for funding as well for assistance.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what age group?
I don't know. There's a limit on it. I think maybe it's 18 and older. I should have probably found that out.
No, that's
for you,
okay. We can find it out on
your
website.
Yeah, our website, stophunger.org. So, yes.
If you also want to make sure that you stay abreast of everything that the Treasure Coast Food Bank is doing, and also the different mobile units and where they are and what they're doing, it's really good to follow them on social media.
Yes, our social media, they do a wonderful job. Our development team does of making sure we post as much as possible, but not in overkill mode. But they do a wonderful job of managing Instagram and Facebook to let people know where we're going to be with our mobile distributions and our special events and things that are happening. And that goes for all of our programs. Our Your Plate location, they do a lot of outreach programs throughout the community. And so we really try to post a consistent amount of needed information so that folks can not only find assistance but can come out and also be of assistance.
That's great. And sometimes it's the same people who want to do both.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you mentioned, some of the partners that you have and some of the activities, but who are some of the other organizations that you do partner with?
So we have over 400 partner agencies throughout
Wow.
the Treasure Coast.
Okay.
That we partner with. So we could be here for a little while, but
So don't name them all, maybe.
Yeah, a lot of those partners are of course are all nonprofit organizations, and a lot of those consist of churches, shelters, soup kitchens, pantries. So we work with Sarah's Kitchen and Mustard Seed Ministries. So a lot of the folks that are familiar names within the community actually receive food and other benefits from us. We have a non-food program as well, so we're able to provide non-food essentials to folks, such as hygiene items, toilet papers, paper towels, health and beauty. We get we have 18 different categories of non-food items that we get in addition to food, that our volunteers go through and sort out, and they provide those out to our different partners based on the type of clientele that they generally serve. So obviously if we have a senior center, obviously they have a higher need for maybe adult diapers. If we're dealing with a teen facility, they need more of teen pantry type items. We actually have a teen pantry at our Whole Child Connection facility in Stewart that allows teenagers up to the age of 18 to come in certain times throughout the month and pick out different items for no cost. And again, it's designed to be able to redirect those funds that maybe a family would have to spend on those items. They don't have to do that because the child can come in and get those from us for free.
And it's kind of fun for the child to be able to kind of do their own shopping without having to pay. No
2 months are the same because, a lot of everything we get through is donated, so we don't have a consistent flow of, but we generally have an idea of, the types of items. We're always going to have, health and beauty items, and what those consist of is always going to change, but we always know we're going to have consistent flow of the same type of items. So
now I know that the events that are happening in September mainly deal with raising funds for partnerships and purchase of the different things that you need, but what type of food do you still run a donation for canned foods and other food items because you do use donations in your pantry? What are you looking for with that?
Yeah, we do. So one of the last things that we would probably talk about for Hunger Action Month is it's a friendly competition between local breweries. And again, it's a lot of the same folks that are going to be involved with the Fall Flavors event. We have over 17 local breweries that are doing an event called Hops Against Hunger. And so
we just have to stop for just a minute and exclaim over the 17 different local breweries. Yes. Okay, go
17 local breweries. Again, that's throughout the Treasure Coast.
Yes. Okay. No, I got you.
Yeah.
That's still pretty amazing, right?
Breweries here in our little town.
Yeah.
But, so it's a friendly competition that actually starts tomorrow. We provide the brewery with a collection bin, and they're actually, for the entire month of September, they're going to be collecting cans. And then at the end of the month, whoever collects the most, and that includes monetary as well. So for every dollar they collect, we're incorporating that into the total poundage. and then the end of the month, will award a winner who collects the most cans, and it should be a lot of fun. A lot of the local businesses are promoting their food drive as well. So like last Saturday, I was at Selfish. If you brought 10 cans of food in, you got a free beer. Rooted Reef Kava Bar, which is a brand new place downtown in Fort Pierce that I go to a lot now, is doing the same thing. If you bring in 10 cans, you get a free beverage of your choice. It's non-alcoholic, so yeah, there's a lot of options. Every brewery's doing a little something different. If you have a favorite and you go there, most likely they're going to be participating, and it should be a lot of fun and a great way to collect a lot of food.
You mentioned comparing poundage. So is it better to bring heavy cans? Will that work better for?
Yeah, obviously cans are going to be your better choice,
Okay.
especially for those that are trying to collect.
To win.
To win.
Yes.
Because again, at the end of the day, it's all based on poundage.
Okay.
But all types of food are needed. Whether it's canned vegetables or canned meals, we still need the soups, and we still need the rice and the pastas, because we need to be able to provide that rounded meal, for the folks that we serve. So having a variety of the different types of items to donate. Again, if you go to our website at stophunger.org, we actually have a listing of all the items that are, we call them our desired donated items. We have a top 10 list of those that you can actually view.
What's your top of your top 10? Is it peanut butter?
Canned meals, peanut butter,
Yeah.
pastas. Those are always kind of the top of the
Yeah.
line. Especially pop-top type meals, so like Chef Boyardee items, things that are already prepared type meals that
They're-
we could
all they
actually
have to
hand
do is-
someone.
yeah.
If they did not have the ability to heat that up, they could literally pop the top off of it and eat it right out of a
Yeah.
can, which of course we hate to think that someone would do that, but it's reality
Yeah.
that it's happening. So those are the types of items we really, really need. And donations right now have been down, but it's typical for the summer months. But we're getting ready to really kick off our holiday food drive season. After we finish Hunger Action Month, we'll really kick that off and be ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
It used to be when hurricane season ended sooner that I would take all my hurricane supplies that I had purchased for hurricane season and bundle them up and give them to the Treasure Coast Food Bank. But now, haven't they extended hurricane season again? So it's not till the end of November. November
it's the end
now.
of November,
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
So I guess we'll have to give you the food in increment. I personally, when my husband does grocery shopping, he gets these random weird things. They're meals, but they're just not anything that I would ever buy. And those tend to be my go-tos for donating, because they're meals, and they're the ones that he takes to the office, but he doesn't notice if they're gone.
Yeah. Well, Marty's got that whole disaster side going on too.
Yeah.
From being at the EOC. So
Yeah, I guess
he's
that's
looking
what
at
he's
longevity,
thinking. I
and
guess
easy
he
to
is.
prepare probably. So
So do you also
as long as he
need?
doesn't start feeding you MREs, you're good.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. You know it is.
I know.
Well, knock on wood that we're not going to have to use our food up too early, and that we'll have a lot to donate, because especially with the whole month of September, you'll be able to bring them to the different breweries. And is it just breweries? So Kava Hut is not.
Kava,
It
yeah,
is
Kava. The bar, Kava
so-
bar is relatively new.
I have not
but-
been yet.
Oh, it's a wonderful alternative if you a lot of folks are changing the way they don't.
Are they healthy
drink,
drinks?
It's a tea based. Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to check it out sometime. But they're doing a wonderful job of jumping right in and getting involved in the community. And
Yeah.
but it's also wine. Summer Crush Wineries involved and Pure Cider Works
Okay,
is involved.
yes.
So. Not necessarily just breweries, but folks that are in the community that are really thriving to, have the mostly adult beverages, but
But
not-
a variety,
a
so
variety,
something for
yeah. It's nice to have
everybody.
some different folks in there too.
Because, like you said, there is the whole thing that's going around where people are trying to cut down on the amount of alcohol or liquor that they drink.
Yeah.
but everything in moderation.
Absolutely. That's my new motto.
It, and I really can't tell you how many times I actually run into Gary either at Pure Cider or Sailfish Brewery.
Yeah, it's probably
So
more
I
than we
don't know-
should, but
I don't know if I'm always there or he's always there.
well, just
Or
for the
it's-
record, Sue Ellen wins all the bingo games at Cider, so
just at Pure Cider. That was an amazing bingo night for me. And of course, the bingo. There's a bingo at Sailfish Brewery. There's special events at Pure Cider. There's a lot of fun things and to get the people to come in. But then once the people are there, then you can bring your cans and you can help provide for the Treasure Coast Food Bank as they move into the fall and the holiday season so people can stock their shelves.
absolutely.
Gary, we have covered so much ground here. I'm
have.
so proud
There's
of
a lot
us.
going on, I know.
And do you just lay awake at night, like thinking about all these things that are going on all month?
You know, we have a wonderful team, a lot of wonderful people who are dedicated to making all of our events work, and it makes it a whole lot easier knowing that everybody's 100% committed to the success of the work that we do. And so, yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking. I'm next Saturday is kind of like I'm involved in both events, the morning and the afternoon. So it's going to be a long day, but
So no sleep for
I'm
you,
excited
but
about it. So.
but soup in the morning and comedy at night.
Yeah, and then maybe some kava after. Who knows?
And if you want to know more about any of these events that we described or about the Treasure Coast Food Bank, you can go to their website, stophunger.org.
Correct.
Or you can find them on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the usual
And the hashtag is TC Food Bank.
TC Food Bank. So
By the
you
way,
can look
did
for them.
you mention how many breweries there are in Fort Pierce?
17! I know!
And those are just the ones that are participating. So there's
Okay,
actually
so there
some
may
that-
be more.
that we're not. Yeah, that weren't able
Okay.
to help this year. But
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. We're kind of we're happy people here in the WPSL studio. So
Yes.
Gary Porter's been my guest, and he is the director of community relations, and he is out there in the community all the time, doing everything he needs to, including sometimes driving the truck.
I actually drove it this morning. That's why I'm in my T-shirt.
Thank you for joining me today. And if you need more information, you can go to stophunger.org
Correct.
or find
You'll
them
be
on
saying
Facebook.
that all night now. You'll be
I
waking
know.
up. StopHunger.org.
I got it now. Thanks for listening to the Sue Ellen Sanders Show. We're here every week with more. We'll see you soon.
The Sue Ellen Sanders Show. With archives on YouTube, look for WPSL TV or go to WPSLTV.com.